Welcome back, guys, for another fun reloading video here. Today's kind of part of a Q&A, I guess. Someone asked how to prep your brass, so this will pretty much be the simplest way, I guess, we can go about it. We'll assume that our cases have already been full-length sized, so they're all, they've stretched out since firing and now being sized, so they're ready to be trimmed here on stage one. This is where I have my Lee case length gauge and cutter with their adapter that goes into a case prep center. Next, I have an RCBS flash hole deburring tool. This only needs done on the first time you have to uniform the brass, so I'm not going to have to do that step any other time. But if we do it once, it's not going to hurt anything, and then you'll have everything uniform from that point forward. That goes with these other attachments I'm not using. A primer pocket uniformer that would level out the depth of any primer pockets and uniform the depth there, so you have consistent ignition with your firing pins. But I'm not going to be doing that. I've found most of the time it doesn't even contact the primer pocket. So, trimming, flash hole uniform, outside deburr and inside deburr, and then just hit it with the little brush there. However, I am going to be wet tumbling these, so the little brush is also unnecessary. Sorry for my hand getting in the way, but sometimes you gotta hold them with both hands or whatever because of the there we go. Because of the crappy little handle you have to use, because I need like a golf ball or something to hold on there. I've seen people do. Anyways, this is how I prep my brass. If it were a rifle case, some people like to anneal. Sometimes you anneal before sizing, sometimes after. I have personally never annealed anything, so I can't speak on that. But if you're into that, that'll help extend your case life and your necks from cracking and all that stuff. So nothing against annealing, I've just personally never done it. But that is part of some people's brass prepping process. If we had, say, some military NATO 9mm or 5.56 or 7.62 by 51 or whatnot, you'll have to do something about that primer pocket crimp. For that, you can use a reamer. They make attachments that'll go into your prep center here, and that'll ream out the crimp of your primer pocket. And if you have a small primer pocket, like for your 5.56 or 9mm, you can often use your chamfer tool there to kind of just cut away from that edge. And that works pretty well without having to attach another tool. Anyways, this was just a quick video of how I like to prep my brass. And now I'm not going to be sizing this revolver stuff every single time, but it is good to uniform everything so you have a nice uniform crimp, especially from unknown brass. Unknown origin, different times fired, whatnot like that. So it's good to get it uniformed at least once before you start playing with it. And especially more so for high pressure rifle cartridges and so on and so forth. Anyways, that's how I prep my brass, at least for a rimmed revolver cartridge at this point. Who knows if that'll change in the future, but right now this is working for me. Remember, you can be doing all this by hand. There are tools available for that. You don't have to get a case prep center. You don't have to spend all that money if you're only doing maybe 50 cases at a time. Doing it by hand is certainly an option, so there are options for that. Anyways, if you like this sort of content, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you have any other questions we can do a Q&A on, drop them down below in the comments. You can also support the channel over on patreon.com. You can check me out on Instagram and dummyaroundreloading.com. So, we will see you in the next video, guys. Have a good one.